I'm annoyed right now. I wanted to start right at 6:30, right at my normal time. But a couple things happened. One, YouTube kind of broke a bit, and the thumbnail only kind of halfway saved. Where on, like, you could see the proper thumbnail on the live tab, but everything else was showing the old one from last stream. So I had to go and fix that. And then right as 6:30 hit, my power goes out. It has been blipping constantly. At least 3 times a week. It's happened twice today. They said they were working on fixing that. So that way it wouldn't do that anymore. And I get it. The power is going to be a bit stressed because of all the air conditioning and whatnot. But like, do we not have precautions for that? And why is it so much worse this year than last year? I just don't get it. I just don't get it. So, I also had to set auto stop to off. Usually when I stop streaming, that's when it cuts off. But because my power could just go out just at random for a full 3 minutes, that would cut off stream, and I wouldn't be able to start it again. Having auto stop turned off will allow the stream to keep going. It'd be a miracle. So, it's gonna be like this until summer's over at least. Or until I know for sure it won't do this again. If we can go 1 full week without power outage, a single blip where it just goes out, then I'll feel safe turning it back to auto stop. I can't risk that right now. My power might just suddenly decide to give out again for no reason. Just a little blip, enough to cut off the internet, make my Switch think it's not docked, turn off my TV. It's so dumb. Before we get started with extra mode, and while I know the internet's gonna be up, I don't want blipping and turning off suddenly or anything. Because that would just be really annoying for you guys. So we want to attempt at it. We're, of course, doing Samurai Kirby 100. No practice, just going in. Trust nothing. Trust absolutely nothing. Let's look at these names. Donkey Kong, Cyborg Cat. Yeah, got some decent names this time. Pick Weezer. Nice. Here we go. That was really slow. Yeah, that was really rough. I seem to think it's super slow already. Well, maybe if I wasn't frickin' tilted, I'd get better than 50th. Hey. It wasn't frickin' tilted. Everything's frickin' messed up and it's so meh. Okay, back to mode selection. We got that done today. I am so annoyed right now. You would not believe. Just... I'm not happy. Anyway, with that, let's start extra mode. So the whole gimmick with extra mode, for those of you who are not aware, is that it's story mode again. But we're doing it all again from the beginning. Except now, everything's gonna be a little harder. I'm skipping cutscenes. So the main difference, you'll see right off the bat, is, my health. It's at half. I have half health through the entirety of the game. It's stuck like this. And that's not all, it's harder. Stages have more enemies, more powerful enemies. Bosses have EX forms, which makes them more difficult. You'll see how different this is to the main game as we begin here. And I hope we can get to the full stream without the power going now. I'm still kind of peeved about that. Also, I want to take this mask off real quick. I wanna be back to plain old Kirby again. We'll put it back on when we do Mary Magdalene's extra missions. But right now, that's not important. Right now, we do this. Let's do myself tutorials again because it's acting like we're doing a new game, despite the fact it's a side mode. Yeah, that big Waddle Dee. So yeah, already off to start with. Oh, look at this! These guys weren't here before. So yeah, we're gonna be noticing some major changes here. For the most part, it's still, you know, Kirby's from Dreamland, but things are gonna be a bit more off. We're still going for 100%, and yeah, that's pretty much it. You get the gist just by looking at the screen. Assuming you can. Because who knows? The whole thing might be borked, and I might not actually be streaming right now. I think I am. I assume I am. I see the streaming icons are going. YouTube's saying I'm live. I think I'm okay. So I'm just gonna hope I am. And just play the game. And yes, that means we are collecting all the energy spheres again. So if you missed it the first time around, here we go again. Oy. Oh, where's my sword? I think sword's just kind of okay, but it's better than having nothing. Also, the extra lights have little crowns on them now. Why? I don't know. It's just cute. Kind of like how all the stars have little cutouts in them. They're not solid again, like wings. I'm probably not gonna get anywhere close to game over, because again, it's still Kirby's Return to Dreamland. It's not too difficult, but expect a lot more sheer failure from me being a fool. Just expect more dumb failure. Okay? Glad we're on the same page. So about the power outages, they've been going on for the past few weeks. And usually it's been like once, maybe twice a week, and it's never been a time where it ever streams. Usually happens somewhere around lunchtime, maybe around. The time it just happened now is the first time it's ever happened in the evening. Like, as long as it doesn't happen during a stream time, I think it'll be fine. You know, it's in the evening, things start going down a bit, people turn their stuff off. Or at least turn it down a bit, you know? And, boy was I wrong. They proved me wrong fast. And, yeah. It's not fun watching as everything goes dark. 3 minutes! Like, as you're about to start streaming, for 3 minutes, everything is kinda has to reboot. Thank God you have a generator that automatically turns on in case it was something like this, but like... And... It's so annoying. Another reason I like staying up late. Because, like, people aren't using the air conditioners during the night, at least not nearly as much. The power won't go out. My gaming will not be interrupted. My evening sessions aren't safe, my nighttime sessions probably are. I could trust that people aren't using that much power during the night, right? Or is our power grid just that unstable? Is summer just that bad here suddenly? It's like, my gosh. Like the last bit, even Mom was like, "Oh, not again! It's happened twice today. It's so annoying." And we were told that they were working on trying to fix it so it wouldn't do this anymore. Some precaution can be made, but apparently I'm not doing a good enough job at it. fix it today or something. I don't know what's going on. Also, they don't even give you max tomatoes anymore. They give you cherries. So yeah, they give you less health and less healing items. So, yeah, we gotta be careful. I say it's like start rushing through everything, not paying attention. So yeah. Again, lucky for me I have a generator, so they start basically right back up again. It probably would start up pretty quick too, without it. Because it's not like a full outage or anything, it's not a full blackout where things go out for like 3 or 4 hours. It's just like, boop, everything's gone, boop, everything's back. The generator just kicks in and makes it that much faster. And then it's just smooth right back to normal power once that boots up again. So everything turns back on a couple seconds faster. For optimal power grid speedrunning. Oh man. Summer sucks. I don't like summer. I'm just more of a fan of winter. It's weird, right? It's kind of funny. Where winter doesn't really have as many issues with power as summer does. I guess that some people still have gas-powered heaters. And I guess it takes less strain on the power grid as opposed to an air conditioner. It's weird. Plus, I'd rather be cold than burning hot. Granted, I do have a limit on that as well. Like, I'm not gonna say burn easily, but I definitely overheat easily. I don't know where I'm going with this. Long story short, it's gonna be kind of annoying probably for the next few weeks. And speaking of annoying, plans have indeed changed about vacation. Originally, vacation was going to be next week. But then scheduling conflicts happened pretty close to the end. I keep checking, I'm like, hey, we sold set? Hey, things still going well? And then it's just like, yeah, everything's fine. Everything's fine. I asked a couple days ago, actually, things aren't fine. Things are gonna have to wait a bit. We gotta clear out some stuff right now, and yeah, didn't think about that until now, did you? So yeah, at soonest, we're looking at the end of August this time. So, yeah. It might be summer by technicality now. You know what? Considering the last time we went on vacation was in October, honestly, I should be used to delays. The only thing I should expect to come out on time are video game things. Never anything in real life. It's not even an issue of money or anything. We're fine in that regard. It's just, other things happening right now. It's all just stacking up too. Like, we can't even delay it till the next week. We can't even delay it to the beginning of August because that week I'm getting a cavity filled. It's a small cavity, it doesn't really hurt or anything. I have a tiny cavity, it needs to be filled up. And well, can't do that while on vacation. The other side of the state. So yeah. And then, I forget what Mom said the issue was the next couple weeks. But, long story short, we're talking a full month for vacation happens. You know, a bit disappointing. Yes. long story short, life is just full of disappointments, and I just have to get used to it, and I never will. I never will. Also, I should never make plans, because something will always turn up like, right before and ruin everything. So, never make plans for anything. Always ask about something a day in advance, and, hope for the best! I'm bitter with the world! Anyway. So yeah, Kirby! Yeah, extra mode's not that different. It is definitely harder. I'm still playing too recklessly, I'll be honest. I probably shouldn't be. But, you know, it's still Kirby. It's not that bad. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? So yeah, streams are probably gonna be split up fairly similarly to how they were during the main game. Because again, we're going to the main game effectively all over again. So, our main goal, just get through Onion Ocean. And then that's it. So again, isn't too different. Level design wise is still pretty much the same levels. It's just that the enemies are tougher and put in more precarious spots. Like all the energy spheres and everything are all in the same spots. And honestly, the only reason I'm really doing extra mode on stream is A, because true completion, and B, I will end up failing a lot from hubris. And there's a little bit of that. There's a little bit of that in the other modes so far. If you didn't get enough of it during the main game, this is where it's gonna start stacking up. Don't want to lose Spark, please. Hey, no, get back here. Squirrel, don't do it like this. Just use Spark. I don't care. I don't care about the tutorial. That. I know how to suck in big blocks. How hard can it be? I've been doing it half the game. Please beam anyway. Please beam, please beam. Grounding Sparkus will probably hit that stuff, but I don't know. I guess what? Also, key Scarfies are a lot more common. Gotta wait for the platform to come back. Alright, come on, buddy. There you go. Poor Kirby. When Kirby's low on health, he does the typical, you know, I can't take much more of this animation. I didn't think you'd come back. It's typical, like, I'm tired animation. He's like, I don't think you're going. Must. Best. Can't go on much longer. Like it's Kirby, he's still super cute. Just look at him. He looks like he needs a hug. I'm gonna hug Kirby. He's just a precious little bean. He's a precious little bean. Also, I swear that keeping your powers is a lot more difficult in extra mode. I don't want to say you always lose it when you get hit, but like. It definitely feels like it's a lot more often. It's like, you have less health. So technically you're losing more of a percentage every time you get hit, even if enemies don't do more damage. So really, it feels like attacks are more powerful, I guess. Even if they're really hard. I probably should have taken fire. Probably should have taken fire for taking the dash. That would helped a little bit. I forget if festivals end while we're getting health. But it does clear enemies in the way, and I don't want to risk anything. Da-da-da-da-da-da. We're just going. Oh, we got a little bit of food from plants. It's still fine. Yeah. Precious little baby. Yeah. He's just so cute. This is what I love about Kirby, is that it's like this super cutesy thing, and then at the end, it's everything goes to shit, and it's super dark for no reason. Just the whiplash, man, it's hilarious. But for a majority of the game, it's just cute little marshmallow fluff. Just like, look at him! Look at him! I'm not gonna try to really speedrun this or anything. I will try to go a little bit faster than last time. But like, Dash is probably gonna make more failure for me. And you guys want that. You guys want to see failure. Failure's funny. It's funny. Just look at the power room. Just because I can. Is telling me I have a sneeze coming. I can't. Are we good? Are we good, nose? Hammer early on will be really good, but I'm gonna probably ditch it super quick. You know what? I'm a bit torn. I probably want to see use ninja. I like ninjas. But like, Hammer's also really good. Power. And, you know, carrying stuff like this is gonna be annoying. So I can carry this stuff through doors, so I can keep a power in reserve. I wish cleaning Kirby was added in this game retroactively, because, like, you put him in Star Allies, why couldn't you put him in this? People might get mad, but I'm gonna stick with Ninja. I probably should go with Hammer, but no. No. I'm gonna use Ninja. Because Ninja is able to cut things, and it has more range, and I like it. I should do a ranking video. I did a ranking stream before, just random stuff, and it was a disaster. It's a hilarious disaster, but you know, with properly curated ranks, I look ahead of time at what I get and probably plan this stuff out. It could be interesting. It won't be an absolute mess. So I might do a ranking stream where I rank all the copy abilities. And then if that isn't well enough for a stream, might do a... So there's plenty of things I can rank. Like during that first ranking stream, I ranked mainline Sonic games, which I think these are a little bit more updated on now. Because Superstars is a thing. I ranked restaurants. I still hold myself. Anyone being Chick-fil-A at F, because it just straight up makes me ill. Something with the way they cook it just doesn't agree with me. My body just absolutely despises it. I don't know why. I don't get it. And then there's a bunch of random stuff in there I just can't remember. Like there was a lot of weird... I think there's a couple of anime things I don't understand. I think there was a football thing in there at one point. I don't remember. It was a disaster. We didn't have the chance, and nobody gave any, like, recommendations. If I go in ahead of time and, like, select out like, tier ranking stuff, I'm like, maybe it'll actually be good. Maybe it'll actually be worth my time. I also could redo the Pokemon ranking. Because I also did that Ultimate Pokemon favorite tutor thing that was super popular a while back. I might do that again, because now they've updated it with aggressive Gen 9's DLC stuff. And my opinions have changed a little since then, because I've been more Pokemon since then. Because the DLC happened! A bit more experience with a lot of these Pokemon. So I can actually feel like I have a proper opinion on some things. So I'd be like, I don't really know much about this one, I don't really know much, and all that. I will say though, Purple Pass being there just because of the freaking Khalil stuff, obviously still standing on the board. Obviously. Of course, there's still some Pokemon I'm always gonna keep in high regard. I'm gonna absolutely still be like, Extra Girl is the best Pokemon ever made. Still. But there are some typings I wasn't confident with back then. And I feel like I can make a better ranking of it, better like, tier picking stuff nowadays. It's amazing what a year will do. It's amazing what changes in a year. It's like people aren't the same person after a year. It's like people change and adapt and realize that their Pokemon favorite their favorite Pokemon selections are freaking cringe. Anyway. So yeah, I might do another ranking stream. I still gotta like set up like what I want to do after Kirby. Like I want to stream the Game Boy Mega Mans, because that showed up out of nowhere at the end of one of the Kirby streams. I think it was in the first or second one. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is amazing! Hasn't really been playing something big for the Summer Game Expo. Nope. Playing something big for the anniversary. Nope. And then got more merch and not even like the full collection for people to buy. It's just shoved on Nintendo stuff, and no one else can play it unless you have a Switch. Fun. Definitely don't feel betrayed at all. Also, regarding my reaction to the Phoenix Wright collection, I had like a kind of semi like, oh okay, that's kind of cool, I guess. Can we start with the collections? Like, I still stand by Capcom as being crazy with their collections. Like, if it's not a big thing like Monster Hunter or Resident Evil, it's just collections. And I'm still kind of annoyed by that. I'd rather have a new game, you know? And then people said that one of the games in the collection, at least one of them, was never localized until now. Which, like, okay, that gives it a bit more worth, but it's still just a collection. And I haven't played Ace Attorney, so even though I know it's held in high regard, I don't have any personal experience with it. And, you know, same thing with another Capcom collection. That Fighting Collection was also announced during the Direct. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 apparently is a hard time getting re-released. Like, I don't care for fighting games. I really don't. So of course I'm not gonna care that much about it. So, yeah. Meanwhile, here's Nintendo being like, on Twitter, randomly, just, you know, a horror thing, email, and everyone's like, what is this? Nintendo, what are you doing? Only for a week later for it to be a new entry in the Famicom Detective Club series, disappointing half the people, being like, it had to be a visual novel thing? What? And like, I'm not disappointed by it, mainly because I'm not really interested in horror for the most part. So like, either way, I don't really Either way, I'm not really getting started because I like the cutesy cartoony stuff. I don't want to be scared. Also, that was supposed to be with EX. Not too different from the original. He has spiky roots. That's it, really. It's mainly the same. Ugh. So kind of pathetic. He's just a tree. He's just a tree. But yeah, now I know about a bit more of the significance behind these collections. But like, they're still collections. I guess it's not just Mega Man is stuck in this kind of rut. It's almost like other series exist. The problem is that when Mega Man gets the collection, it's always just the stuff we already know. It's the classic Mega Man game. It's Zero. It's X. It's Battle Network. And very rarely do they ever release the lesser stuff. They're never gonna re-release Rockman and Forte, Challenger of the Future. They're never gonna re-release that. They never will. These other collections getting re-releases and stuff, like a full new localization of a Ace Attorney game that didn't exist before, or a game that gets a hard time getting re-released and being from the collection there. Like, that never happens with Mega Man, I swear. Maybe you can say the ZX games. I think they were part of the Zero collection. But like, those games were still localized, and they had an opportunity to be released, I guess, beforehand. I don't know. I do have a question for you guys, though. Does Ace Attorney have the same problem with Mega Man where it's like, you want new game? Too bad. Merch that no one wants, and it's not related to anything. Or hey, a collab for a live service game. The live service gacha game is going to be gone in 2 years. Does that happen with Ace Attorney too, or is that just extra spite on Mega Man? Yes, I am still kind of bitter. Like, how can you... Hey Vex, how you doing? So, yeah. I also started seeing gameplay footage of people playing the World Championships thing. And it's kind of funny how Nintendo has dealt with glitches, because they didn't actually fix anything. They're still effectively the same games as they put on NSX. Straight up. But with one difference. Anytime there's like a glitch, like the long warping, I guess, in Mario 1, the game will be like, you can't do that, and kick you out. You're forced to restart a challenge, or you're knocked back to the main menu. That's really funny. Like, you could patch this stuff. You know it's there. You know exactly what bites are like what the bites are like whenever the glitch occurs. And instead of fixing it, you're like, you just call people out for cheating. You knock them back to the start. It's so funny. Love it. It's great. Don't know if I'm going to be picking up the game myself, though, especially because the only way to get it physically is a collector's edition thing. It's just... I want to have the game, but also actually have the game. I prefer to have my games physically if possible. At the same time, though, I'm glad I got Pokemon Violet digitally, because, like, the load times and stuff are bad enough for how unoptimized and garbage the game is. It would be worse if I had it physically. It'd be so much worse. But then there are games that are like, you can only get the game physically, like, a year after release. Or only get it physically with a collection edition. And I'm like, oh my god. I actually, like, have the game in my hands. I like the box art. Can I have? Can I please have? You know, like, it's just the magic conch. Just like, no. Like, hey, this is cool DLC stuff. Can I have it when I get the game physically? No. I want incentives to buy a game physically that don't result in the game being like double the price. You know? Anyway, I don't have experience Ace Attorney based on the interactions with Blood. It probably has the same thing as Mega Man. Oh my god. So if it's not a guaranteed money maker like Monster Hunter or Resident Evil, they get just enough stuff to where they could say, oh, we remember them, we care about them, see, we can give you a collection, we can give you a bit of extra back, see, we still care, and then not really do anything with it. Remember, Mega Man 11 was 6 years ago. And because I'm not too into Ace Attorney, not counting the English localization in the collection we're getting, I don't know when the last new Ace Attorney was. It's probably been longer for Ace Attorney than for Mega Man. So, yeah! I will say this, though. Could be worse. It could be like Rayman. Ow! No. Ah! I didn't think it was my iframes that fast. I thought it was the whole wave instead of cutting out then. Yeesh. You know what? I see an opportunity. My failure is giving me an opportunity. Here's what I'll do, you mind? Ready? Hey. Mix! What am I getting? Speaking of waste, I'm pretty sure I keep my iframes the whole way. So, there we go. This is what I wanted to understand better in this scenario. Yep. I think we're always the way. Nice. Very handy. So you didn't deny me of that too. Granted, I probably shouldn't be carrying water with me because hammer's just better, more damage. But like, I like the extra range, and water is a bunch of elemental stuff. Fire exists. So I need some fire. I'll do your right in the way. Come back here. So do I want to keep hammer, or do I switch back to water? You know, I already passed up on hammer once today. Let's keep it. See, I'm not really talking about the game much. I'm a streamer. Streamers don't do that much. But also, extra mode is basically the same game again, but all the enemies are tougher, and you have less health, and the game is a lot less crazy with pickups. I guess. So long story short, it's a better hard mode than Trip Story in Sonic Superstars, where it's just, let's take the old levels and spam spikes everywhere and hope for the best. See, this is how you do a hard mode correctly. And Kirby's been doing these since day one. Another good thing about hammer, you can use them more. Makes it even better. See, yeah, video games. Games are cool. We did get some new footage for Shadow Generations. I'd say only Shadow because it's just in the Shadow app. That's all they need to market. Like, Sign Generations, it's good. Like, we already know that. The Shadow stuff is the new stuff. That's the cool stuff we want. And, good news, it looks amazing. And, some keen-eyed Sonic fans have realized that it is indeed even better than it was when it was first announced. Like, some of the animations have been fine-tuned. Further feeding into the fact that, apparently the game's been done for months. And these last few months of dev time have been just, you know, touching up things and fixing little bugs. Meaning, for once, there's a Sonic game that's not being rushed. Because even the first Sonic game where I can definitively say it wasn't rushed out the door. It's incredible! What a concept! It means they're learning! Sega's learning! They did it! Oh, man. They didn't show off any stages, though. It was still the Arc, it was still like Final Chase, it was still, Bullet Station, Rail Canyon, it was still Kingdom Valley, but they look so good. And unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to revel in beauty entirely because I'm getting on Twitch, and the downsides of that a bit. It's going to look a bit more like ass. But, like, you know what? If I had it on my laptop, it probably wouldn't run at all, because they have Deluxe on it, and Generations alone already kind of... It's a bit iffy anyway, for some reason. I don't get why. I can't explain it. It would probably just be even worse. Because there would be de novo, and it would be a newer release. So yeah, I can't take my laptop with it. So everybody will notice things there too! So like, I can't win. I can't win! But honestly, I don't matter that much. As long as the game actually works, and it's fun, I don't give a shit. I think that's the reason why I think Nintendo's been winning the console war. The modern day console war. Because they realize that, wait a minute, people don't care as much about the graphics if we make the game good. The Switch, overall, is underpowered, and people have been complaining about how it needs to, we need to make a new console already. But at the same time, even with its underpowered processors, the games are still fun. The games are still good. They're still putting out bangers. So, like, does it matter that much? Yeah, a power boost would be nice. Like, I'm fine with Nintendo being a console generation or two behind. They've been doing that for the past, like, 2 decades. And it's worked out well for them. And the Wii U didn't work out well for it, but that was partially because of the whole... It was called the Wii U. It was a bit of a weird time for Nintendo. But, like, it worked out well for the Wii, it worked out well for the Switch. So, like, come on. I don't think graphics and power are really what we care about. Like, I don't give a shit if you can see the individual skin pores on the character, if the game is just a bland walking sim, okay? Not to mention in your attempts of trying to be as realistic as possible and have full-on realism in everything. It's just gonna end up aging worse. Because it's not gonna look real forever. Because you're gonna keep getting more powerful stuff. It's gonna look outdated and kind of uncanny. And half the time it's already there when you make it. Meanwhile, look at this. Look at Kirby. The original game is like, what, 15 years old? All they do is slap a new coat of paint on it. still looks fantastic. This is gonna hold up much better. Seems to be built for PS5 and downgrade everything else. I wouldn't be surprised. Well, I guess it's gonna be the only real noticeable difference. I bet it's gonna be on Switch because it's so low powered in comparison to the rest. Like, I bet if you get the game on PS4, it's not gonna load benefit for PS5. One of like three major reasons why the PS5 would do well. One, because it didn't freaking make many of them at first. It was hard to find them. Second, there's barely any games on it. There are more exclusives on the Virtual Boy than the PS5 for all this time. There are more exclusives on the Virtual Boy than the PS5 now, which is sad. And then third, like, the games don't look too much different than PS4. The PS4 still looks good. Everything still runs well. It's not that different. So who gives a shit? Who gives a shit about upgrading? There's a reason why the PS4 is still getting releases. Why games are still getting released on PS4 despite the fact it's so old by comparison. The PS5 is a new hot shit, and they're already moving on to the PS6. Oh, but the PS5 couldn't run Discord though. That makes it better. I guess. I don't know. Does it matter? Well, here's Nintendo. You know, year 7, year 8 of the Switch, still going strong. I'm as excited for Switch 2 as anybody else, and I do think it's time for it because, you know, looking at the sheer amount of time, the Switch is the longest going console. Like, the SNES had that title for the longest time, and now the Switch overtook it, like, a couple weeks ago. It is time for Switch 2. But, like, my God. It's almost like you can focus more on making good games over trying to get a competitive edge graphics-wise. You know, maybe you'll do better. Maybe if the PS5 had games, we will give them shit about that forever. That will never stop. That is the PS5's legacy, just not having a game library. Oh man. Oh, I got mixed from that. Let's go. Anyhow, it's ice. I got ice from that when I push the button. What's the button to do the freeze attack again? What's that? Come and get me! Haha! Nice, he's nice. But yeah, the Switch is good. And I hope it gets the #1 spot for best-selling console of all time. And it's on track to do so. They probably got a lot of sales with the new Zelda Switch Lite. It's gotta be getting close, man. It's gotta be getting close. I think it's already top 3, right? It's underneath PS2 and DS. So it's close. And for the first, like, I think it's the first hybrid console. Like Wikipedia, when they show the sales numbers, they show what kind of console it is. They show home console or portable console. I think the Switch is the first one on their list. It's just hybrid. And if that gets the top spot, like, that's amazing. The first major hybrid console, best-selling console of all time. It's amazing. can be underpowered, its controllers can be kind of ass, they can have a lot of problems at launch, and still be freaking amazing! I just hope that Switch 2 doesn't end up being like the Wii U. I want to see Nintendo continue to succeed. Because, like, they've been doing such a good job with the Switch. I don't want them to get squandered next generation. Like, I don't want them to do Wii U again. Except for the wacky marketing. The wacky marketing was kind of fun. Remember when they had the little puppets of Cat Mario and Cat Peach? Remember that? I want to do more stuff like that again. That was peak Wii U era. Oh man. They're mine. Back. Yep. I forgot. That's the lowest leader. Nope. I mean, speaking of the GameCube, people have been begging Nintendo to put GameCube support, right? Then it's stuff on for a while. And not only is it kind of late, in my opinion, if they were going to do it, they would have done it a lot sooner. But I feel like GameCube gives a different problem. The problem isn't power. You see how many GameCube games we got in re-release. Like, we got Mario Sunshine and 3D All-Stars, we got Pikmin 1 and 2, we got more games. Like, the Switch can handle GameCube stuff perfectly fine. The problem is GameCube games, that's the point where games take up more space. Like, I want to say a single GameCube game can range from like 700 megabytes to a couple gigs, I think. And then when we add in the Wii, that goes up to like 5 gigs. So it's gonna be less of a problem about actual support, it's just space. That got me? Really? I thought it was arranged to inhale and it didn't work. You know what? Fine, I'll use Festival and fine. I was just using it to get rid of it and hope to get food out of it. I don't know if the food came from a plant or came from the power. But like, now I'm doing this now. Okay. I'm using it here. No! Yeah, if GameCube does it as an NSO, it's gonna have to be the next console, because the next console's probably gonna have more storage space. And that's the main problem. Because Mario Sunshine is straight up running through an emulator, I think, right? So it is just running GameCube emulation. It can run that fine. And that was like fairly early on in the Switch's life, right? So the power is not the concern, it's just storage space. Because that generation, when they started going to CD-based stuff, was when games started taking up more space. Like, you can hold more on a disc than you can on a cartridge. That's why so many games had to be downsized for N64 when they got ported from PS1 or Saturn. You know? N64 games are still, like, relatively small-ish. Like, they're still usually around, like, 64 megabytes. And then there's GameCube, where we start going to the gigabyte range. So I think we should have a problem with storage space. Like, assume we start with a launch. Assume a GameCube game is around a gig. It's not fully accurate, I know, but you know, just for basic calculations, keep it simple. let's assume that with a starting GameCube library, they have 5 games. Kind of like what they did with the Game Boy. 5 games to start with. It's 5 games. And then assume that right at the beginning of this GameCube phase, they added a bunch of games at once. This ain't like modern NES or SNES NSO where it's like once every couple months we may get like 2 a week. Like we're talking like every month we're getting like a solid chunk. 3 or 4 games at least. Every month, we're adding a few more gigabytes into the picture. And then a full year in, we're talking close to 100 gigs? Like maybe not anywhere, maybe not 100. But it's still gonna be up there, right? And then they would slow things down after a few months, fair enough. But like, we start with 5, add like 4 or 5 every month. That's like 65 right there. And of course, it's like variable sizes in GameCube games, so I can't even guarantee an exact number. And then, because the Wii was built on the same infrastructure, I guess. Well, I could tell. They could probably add Wii games to NSO with the same thing, and just do what they did with Mario Galaxy and make all the fun stuff with Gyro, right? Wii games are even bigger! They're like, what? Goes on to 5 gigs per game? That's just a lot! That's a lot! We're not talking about games being like 6 kilobytes anymore. I think it wants me to use a different power for that, but I can't beam and it's just like autopilot. So yeah, I think the main reason we haven't done NSO like NSO GameCube stuff is because of space. Solely because of storage space. It would take up a lot. With GameCube stuff being on there, we wouldn't be too far, right? They're built pretty similarly, and we already have like in-house GameCube and Wii emulator starting 3D All-Stars happen. So it's just a concern of space. I'm willing to bet that Switch 2 will have more storage space, so it'll be less of an issue. But it'll still be an issue. That can be solved by letting them use the download they want to play. Fair enough, I suppose. Fair enough. But no other NSO thing is like that, so wouldn't that mean they kind of have to rework their entire framework for it? Or am I missing something? How easy would that be? Ow. Not to mention, that also adds another problem. NSO games, when you're not connected to the internet, still work. As long as you subscribed, and Switch knows you did, you can play your NSO virtual console stuff offline. Like, not this year, but last year, when I went to the campground for the 4th of July stuff. I played Link to the Past on NSO with that internet. Would that mean that person would have to download all their games like prior to something like that happening? What if they want to play a game that they don't have access to because they download it first? Shut up. Because again, it's a different built system than the other ones. Where all the NSO stuff's all there. And anytime they add a game, they update the character down. It's all there. I just think it might be a bit more clunky. So either they keep it consistent with the rest, and it takes a lot of space, or they do your method, and it's just a bit more clunky. I can't even say, like, worry about internet speeds, because, like, if your internet's not great enough, you're not really, you know, if your internet's bad, you're not really going to be wanting to get NSO, really. Because, like, are the 3 things of DLC and NSO games themselves worth it for a subscription? I don't think so. Your internet's gotta be at least decent anyway if you're getting NSO. So I don't think download speed's the problem. It might become more of a problem when you have a whole shit ton of GameCube and Wii games all at once. And then that also adds that's what's another problem. What happens when they don't want to play that game anymore? What if they're done with the game and it's just taking up space in their drive? I don't think you can delete individual bits of data on Switch. They'd have to format for that as well. And then to make sure that doesn't mess your save data either. Allowing that, like, there would be some major framework changes to how NSO works for GameCube and Wii and anything else onwards. It really is. Storage is the main concern when it comes to future consoles being NSO. That's just it. And even then, would that result in them thinking it's enough to boost another tier to it? Or, like, make a tier more expensive? I hope not. I already kind of don't see the extended NSO as is. I don't see that as worth it. It's like, yeah, the added virtual console-esque stuff is cool, but, like, the DLCs they give you aren't really that worth it, because I made sure to actually buy the DLC for Mario Kart 8. So I, you know, have it. Because the day might come where Switch doesn't really work with NSO anymore. They might rebrand the Switch, the Nintendo Online, and now suddenly you can't access the DLC without buying it, and it'll happen around the same time the eShop goes down, so, you know, future-proofing. Also, I like actually owning this, not having DLC be your right thing. And the other 2 DLCs I know exist on there are Animal Crossing, which I don't have, and Splatoon 2, which is not the Splatoon I have. And they didn't put Splatoon 3's on there. So I have one of the DLCs already, and the other 2 I don't need. I have no use for them. So, like, I would just be upgrading for the virtual console stuff, I think. Unless there's something else I'm missing. What other major thing? Ow. What other major things on the extra package that would be worth spending an extra $50 a month? An extra $30, sorry. It's $50 for the package itself, and the base package is $20. Like, I've been getting by perfectly fine with the base package. $20 a year is perfectly fine for me. The general online play, it gives me enough of the virtual console stuff I don't even use that much anyways. It gives me save data backups. It gives me access to the profile stuff. For the most part, like, I think there are some that are locked behind Plus members, extra members, but, like, there aren't many, and they're still a limited time thing anyway, and it's not a big deal, and like, I don't see it as worthwhile for me to upgrade. Do you think that if they were to make GameCube support, do you think they would add it to the extended package, or would they add a new tier? Either way, I wouldn't be upgrading. At this point, it's not worth it for me to upgrade. Anything with that would change that. I don't think it would change enough. And if they feel the need to add an extra tier for it, that would just be really annoying. Imagine NSO for $80 a year. All the stuff from the extended package, except now this GameCube stuff now. Like that's it. I went the wrong way out of autopilot. God damn. I'm too busy talking about the future of NSO that I went the complete wrong direction. Good job, me. I should have realized when there were blocks on top of the ladder. Oops. Oh well. It's more of that failure you guys want. I provide. Look at me being a fool for people to see online. I'm amazing like that. I'm the best. So yeah. My main explanation for why GameCube NSO is not a thing yet, even though it, power-wise it could be, is because of storage space. And anything they would have to do to account for that would require a big rework of the system. And would come with its own complications. Just a reminder, the Switch cannot uninstall individual DLCs like Steam can. So if I want to get rid of all the DLC stuff, or at least, if I want to get rid of, like, the free point boost you get in Sonic Frontiers, I have to take my physical version of the game, boot it back to the version 1, get rid of all the DLC, and then update the game. And I don't know if I can install the DLC individually. If I can, I have to go to each individual store page, which is a bit inconvenient. I want it to be like Steam, where you can just go into a menu, and there's a checklist. Switch 2, please! If you're not gonna put on Switch 1, at least put on Switch 2. Come on. No excuse. Allow me to uninstall specific DLC instead of having to get rid of all of it at once. Just saying. That, like, imagine you can myself being so route to DLC. Download games and the uninstall GameCube NSO to get rid of all the other games. All the games on it. You know, have a fresh, clean slate. So you can free up those gigabytes. I should not do that. I like that Mr. Duder EX has a mustache. So I just imagine that Mr. Duder EX is actually just, one Mr. Duder's dad. Mr. Duder was my father. Very bouncy today, aren't we? In case you're wondering what the true arena is going to be like, imagine all the EX fights like this, all in a row, with very few healing items. But they give you less than the default arena. I think you still have max health. I don't think you're at half health the whole time. And if you are, oh god. Like, whoo boy. Like, I did not do a good job with Mr. Duder EX. Now imagine doing that fight and all of the others. There's a lot. The thing is, we're not going to be getting the True Arena for a while. It's still going to be a couple weeks yet because I got to do all of Extra Mode, the rest of the Mary Magdalene achievement stuff, the EX versions of the challenge stages, and then the True Arena. It's like, we're talking at least, maybe 3 more weeks minimum. Like, I don't think I'm going to be getting a True Arena before I go on vacation at the end of August. You see, we had to delay it. That's fun. But yeah, we're not going to be done. I don't think we're going to be done with this game in August. this week, we might get through 2/3 of extra mode. And then the next week, we finish extra mode, we do the challenges from there, because it's going to be part of extra mode. That will probably take me a couple streams. Already bleeding into August from there. And then, just looking at some of the stuff from Mary Magdalene, it just seems like extra hell. And then, the True Arena, I don't know how long it's gonna take me. It's a grind, because it's really difficult. It might be kind of nice to say that we might not finish this whole game within the next, like, 8 streams. It might seem a bit extreme, but, like, I don't know! And who's to say I'm even gonna stream all those days? There have been times I've taken off because I don't feel it, or I've been sick, and all that, you know? There could be delays! I can't reasonably say when this is gonna be done! We're still a long way out! It's only gonna get more difficult! Hey, more difficult means that you guys get to laugh at my failures, so, you know what, who cares? It all works out. It all balances out just fine. Right? Yeah. Whee! It's like, I don't know. I just don't trust my ability. I'm not great at this, you know? I may be familiar with True Dreamland, and I may have 100%ed everything else prior, but the extra modes on here are gonna really do me in, I bet. Like, extra mode's already kind of kicking my ass because I'm, you know, kind of rushing through this a bit. Like, it's only gonna get worse. Like, what do we have left? We got really difficult stuff after this. This is largely just the main game again. Just things are a little bit more difficult. There's the lack of health, extra boss phases. More annoying in the sense of, like, there's a lot more of them and they're huge. It's not annoying as in, oh god, they put spikes everywhere, Sonic. But, like, you know. I like Speed. So, yeah. I should have gone with pineapple, didn't die on the Oh, really? Ooh, second chance. Either way, there's a pineapple under the sea now. Our spawn will be very happy about that someday. Speaking of which, SpongeBob 25. This show's been going on for so long. It is the Simpsons of kids animation. Like, it's been going on so freaking long. And he's in it. He is meant to keep it. Oh no! The failure is really setting in, isn't it? There we go. And then just wait. There we go. See? No key scarfing in the way means it's a lot easier. Lost spear though. I think there's still a bee out here I can get, right? There's chili for ice. Spear back. Am I gonna give me spear again? No. Remember there being spear in this part of the level. We just saw it before going in that door. I swear it's on here. Give me my spear back. Whip. Just kind of the same thing. Could have sworn. There you are! I knew it! There we go. Yeah, I forgot what I was talking about. I got distracted with losing spear and falling into a pit that I just kind of lost track of what I was saying. Oops. Didn't pay attention. I got so sidetracked. It happened again. Typical streamer tangent mode. Bean goes bowling! Whee! I haven't been bowling in years. The last time I think went bowling was an old friend's birthday party. I remember going to a lot growing up. Went bankrupt and now banks and stuff. And then the other local one burned down. And then I still wanted my friend at the birthday party. I don't know whether there's bowling alley is. Maybe back in my hometown? That's like a half-hour drive. At least. I'm better at bowling in games than I am in real life, but like, nothing beats actually holding the bowling ball in your hand and then rolling it down the lane and watching the really wacky animations on the screen. Make you feel like you're hallucinating because they're just so weird. I miss it. It just has that sort of special vibe to it. And I really miss the one. I really miss the one that got turned into a bank because like, every couple hours, like the lights would turn off, and they would bring out a disco ball. It'd be like a super cool like disco thing for a few minutes. It was cool. It was like its extra little gimmick. It was fun. I wish it was still around. I would love to go back to that bowling alley again. It was fun. But in this day and age, we can't have nice things. So fuck me, I guess. Bowling has got to be my favorite sport. Even if I'm a filthy casual at it, if I'm gonna do like, even vaguely well, I need to have like butter things up. I still love it. And stuff like Wii Sports Bowling definitely cemented it. 100% did. Even the real thing, I absolutely love. 6. What am I getting? I do this. Gone. Gone. I said gone. You should kill like 3 times, buddy. Come on. I like Needle. I like Needle Kirby a lot. And then after this game, Needle just kind of disappeared for a while. It made me sad. And then they brought it back in Forgotten Land. It's nice. Of course, like, my freaking double cutter's best power in the game, but like, you know. Seeing that in Forgotten Land, seeing them bring back the Chaos Cutter looking thing from Kirby 64, that was a real treat. I'm wondering what they're gonna do for the next Kirby. Like, what's next for 3D Kirby? I'm really excited now. Like, nothing's been announced. I know for a fact it's gonna be on Switch 2 because, like, they're definitely gonna move on to the next one. They're moving on to the next console for sure. Because they wanna, like, Forgotten Land was Kirby's big, grand entrance to 3D. They're probably gonna make it even grander for the next one. That's gonna need more console power, right? So I feel like Forgotten Land 2 or whatever they plan next is gonna be on Switch 2. Feels like a given. Ooh, now I'm excited for September. September is the big direct month. They usually do directs in the fall. And since this one was the last one where they gonna focus on Switch 1, that means Switch 2 stuff. That's gonna be so exciting. Like, the most recent direct was like a perfect send-off for the Switch. It was absolutely freaking amazing. One of the best directs in the entire console's life, I'd say. Which is kind of ridiculous to say out loud. Like, it's definitely like top 3 at least. Mainly because we had so few expectations going in, and then they were like, yeah, here's a lot of real big stuff all at once. Like, let's start with Mario and Luigi. I thought that was gone. It's back now. The new Zelda. All that. So good. Finally getting Metroid Prime 4 gameplay after the entire console's life. I don't know what took them so long in that regard. Like, I get it, they restarted development a couple of years in, but my god. No word for like 5 years after. Ridiculous. At least they were like, hey, we want to make sure the game's actually good and finished. At least they had a good reason to, like, a bit more transparency would be nice. Yeah, that's just me. I haven't even played that much Metroid. Like, I played Super, and yeah, that's actually it, I think. I think Super is the only Metroid game I've actually played. Or at the very least, I remember playing. Like, I didn't pick up Prime Remastered. I don't think I touched the other games on NSO yet. I didn't get Samus Returns. Don't have Dread. So my only real experience with Metroid is Super. Granted, Super is excellent, but like, yeah, maybe I should be playing more Metroid. Super's ain't in the go by. Metroid's so freaking good. Maybe I should check out the Prime Trilogy. I guess I can watch it at this point. I feel like I'm skipping stuff. I feel like I'm so out of the loop with a lot of these series. Like, I'm aware of their existence, but like, I don't play a lot of the big things. Even on my home console, the freaking Nintendo one, I feel like I'm still like out of the loop with a lot of stuff. Like Like there's some big games that I haven't played. And it's kind of shameful. Like, even I feel like I'm so out of touch. You know? I feel like I'm so out of touch. I'm playing with the really obscure stuff. This is smaller Nintendo stuff. Like, heck, that was really small until fairly recently. And still one of Nintendo's small ones. Meanwhile, everyone else is playing Twilight Princess and Skyward Sword and talking as if they're the best Zelda games ever made, and I wouldn't know for sure. It took me forever to even play Ocarina of Time! So, like, I'm just complete out of the loop half the time. I should fix that. I really should. I guess streaming does give me an opportunity to do so. It's not just gaming either. I'm just out of touch with a lot of stuff. I have this whole list. This whole list I gathered from like Discord. Where I ask people like, hey, I feel like I'm out of touch. I need to branch out a bit more with my entertainment. What kind of things should I check out? And I've had this big ass list on my phone for months. I've barely dipped into it. Maybe because I prefer to actually own my stuff. And find stuff. A lot of it's like older stuff, or it's out of print, or it costs a lot. I really should be adding more stuff to that list, but like, I need to do better. Speaking of needing to do better, pay attention. Don't act a little reckless when you're in the boot. Pay attention to what you're doing when you're in the fleet of death. Same dude got me again. Yeesh. Yeah, I need to play more of these games. I really want to. It's just, I don't know. I don't know why I just don't bite the bullet and just do it. There's a gear. There's a lot I just haven't played, and I feel bad for not playing them. I'm excited for all of these game series I haven't even touched. I've only ever witnessed via like Let's Plays and such. Like, I still hope that Kid Icarus gets a new game, or like a Uprising 4 or something. I've never played it. I just watched Sugar Camera play it. I think it looks great. I did try the NES one though. The NES Kid Icarus kind of sucks. Like, you see why it took so long to get a sequel? That's me being dumb. I got green. So yeah. I need to do better with my games of choice, you know? I've been kind of slacking, I suppose. I mean, it's not like I haven't been playing games or anything. I've been picking up new releases of stuff I really like. Like, Pikmin 4 was day one. It took me a bit to get to this, but like, I got this. Sonic Frontiers, I'm gonna be getting Sonic the Shadow. Like, it's not like I'm not getting some of the new stuff. It's just that I guess I'm just keeping things too familiar, maybe. I need to branch out a bit more. part of me is just kind of used to getting more budget titles, because I grew up with Game Boy Advance and DS, and Mom would always give me a bunch of like, shovelware stuff for Christmas. You know? I mean, I still got plenty of the big stuff too, but like, you know, I didn't get everything. I definitely missed out on a lot. So, I'm gonna restart the stage. So yeah. And in fact, if I knew my computer wasn't gonna lack me opening Chrome to get it, I would actually load up that image of like the checklist of the series I've played, just to show how out of touch I am. There's like a big list of like 100 series on there. It doesn't account for everything. Heck, I think it's one that's just specific for Nintendo. I think it won't be able to account for like maybe a fifth of that total. Like, I'm a fucking disgrace. How can I call myself a gamer? I'm so out of touch. All these big series I've never even played. I just know of kind of offhand, really. I've watched Let's Plays, maybe, you know? Maybe I shouldn't feel ashamed that I haven't played all these things, but like, I don't know, I constantly feel like I'm missing out on stuff. I felt like that for a long time. Definitely felt like that growing up. I was made fun of as a kid for playing Mario when I was like 13. Everyone else was playing GTA 5 at that point. And I was still stuck playing New Super Mario Brothers. And honestly, probably rightfully so. Like, 13's way too young to be playing something like that. Like, we live in a day and age where like, there was a big moral panic back in the 90s that started the ESRB in the first place, and people just ignore it nowadays and pretend it doesn't freaking exist. So you see kindergartners playing T for teen games, or junior high students playing N for mature. That's great. What was the freaking point? I'm not bad. It happened again. I think we're back. People who watched it live may have noticed the stream kind of looped the last few seconds for a little bit. My power cut out again. So I clicked stop streaming, but didn't end broadcast, so I can just click start streaming and everything's back to normal. I accounted for this. This is why I turned auto stop off. 3 times today. The power's conked out on me. 3 times. Couldn't even muster 2 hours. Luckily, I didn't miss much. I'm just here. So the level goes on from where we left off. Hello, 3 friends online I haven't played with in a while. Hope you're not mad about that. So you're picking up right where we left off. Everything's fine, I guess. And I have to look through chat through the mobile app, and I have to keep it on stream with that, because for some reason chat hasn't reconnected on OBS yet. So luckily I can at least like see Vic's messages, see the stream still going, and hopefully it's gonna be like those streams of Sonic. There's a one stream of Sonic Frontiers. I think it was back in Chaos Island, where I had a lot of problems and the cut stream was like half an hour because it kept cutting out. It was garbage then. Ow. I wasn't paying attention. But yeah, that happened again, I guess. But hopefully YouTube has it stitched together into one video when I download it. I'm pretty sure it will. Sorry about the sun ATVs and that, but hey, it made the bit funnier. I'm not bitter, you're bit. And then it just stops. It's funny though. I can hear the generator still going, so the power didn't actually manually come back on. I still hear the generator running. The generator is set so that way whenever the power comes back on, it will like turn off and go back to normal power. Seamlessly. But I still hear it going. So the actual main power is not back yet. Which is concerning. I hope that means they're just fixing it and, you know, we don't see this again and they shut it off for maintenance or something. Would have been nice to have a warning about that, but no, I don't get told anything. Well, since the generator is going, I can reliably say the stream could keep going. Honestly, I wish there was a way to... I can look back at the stream! Hooray! I can just look at that! Don't pay attention to that. You want to go in the middle. Right. Middle. Left. Middle. Right. Right. Go right. Right. If not, I'm sorry. We got it. We're good. The chat never connected to OBS. Hang on a minute. Me. Let me see if I can reconnect to OBS. There we go. Had the main look like live chat top chat again. It's back on OBS now. I'm gonna keep an eye on the stream via my phone. And unfortunately, as much as I want, oh, I missed a freaking gear. Damn it. Well, with the internet being the way it is, I really want my power than anything else. I may have to stop streaming after this. I was hoping to get through all of Onion Ocean. And I hope that we could go 2 hours without my power going all stupid. But nope, we can't have nice things. So, I'm gonna finish this stage. I'm probably gonna go back and get that one gear we missed. And then probably end it there. Which I think in the original... like, first stream of this, back when we were doing normal mode, I think we were at 2 hours when we hit this point anyway, and I just kept going because I thought we were so close to the end of the world. And it ran for an extra half hour, right? I think at that point, I think I got distracted by Mega Man and Sonic stuff. I don't remember. It might have been the stream where it was extended to like 3.5 hours total. For the last hour was just me talking. But that's not happening this time. You see the that one power part? Totally. But that would actually be helpful though, seeing a percentage. That'd be nice. So yeah, definitely keeping auto stop off until this power session goes. That's fun. But hey, I just heard it click. We're back on normal power, baby. Alright. So yeah, couldn't even last 2 hours before it broke again. The power grid is just too strained, I guess. Which you'd think it wouldn't be so strained during the evening. Like, I've had instances where we've had it shut off a few times. Usually a couple times during the week, but it would happen during midday. It is 8 p.m. It is the evening. Things have cooled down. Why? Excuse me. Excuse me. Do you mind? Hello? Yeah. Calamari. Finally. So I'm just gonna hope that doesn't happen again for the rest of the stream. I wish I could force the generator power, but I think I have to go outside for that, and I think Mom might get mad. See, I'm as mad about this as you guys maybe are. Yeah, we did have that kind of weird issue with Sonic Frontiers back in Chaos Island, where it kind of did something like that. The tough stream for it. I think that was just OBS giving out. At that point I hadn't updated, and that was before it started doing the whole, like, weighing out everything thing it did for Pokemon and Mario Wonder at the start. It just cut out. It's kind of like this, except it was back online within like 30 seconds instead of having to wait 2 minutes. This is actually more annoying. If I was able to download the stream, then I should be able to download the stream now. I can keep the Rumble archive going. Could be a multiplace. I'd prefer if I could download in 60 FPS, but YouTube says I can't. So I hope to get to the point where I can just have it record locally, and then I can have like the highest quality version of the video for the archives and for like highlight videos and such, but I can't. Not just because of like I'm worried that OBS might freak out from having to do too much, but like I don't have the storage space at the moment. Even downloading the streams and like YouTube compressed 30 FPS is still like 2 gigs. Still a good chunk. What I have in my face. A lot of that's just because I need to upload the rest of Mario Kart Tour stuff, right? Because I'm like 3 tours behind. 3 months, maybe 4 months worth of tours behind on uploads. I need to get back on the ball on that. Thing is, though, I kind of want to be done with Mario Kart Tour. Like, I've been playing Mario Kart Tour since launch, and I want to be done with it. I don't want my channel to be known for that. I was meant to catch up and get back on a somewhat, like, close schedule with it. To where I may be able to be, like, 1 or 2 tours back. But no, I'm, like, 8 back. I have all the footage, don't get me wrong, but, like, I need to actually upload it is the problem. I'm just behind on that. So, it's been kind of rough. Part of me is thinking that once we go back to Anniversary Tour in a couple months and we finish that up, that might just be where I stop playing Mario Kart Tour. Because I'm getting kind of burnt out on it, as you can tell by my inconsistent upload schedule with it. I kind of just want to move on, and we're not getting any new content for it, so I can't even justify it. Like, we're almost done with the first full loop of the reuse 2022-2023 season. So, like, it's all just repeats. I don't want to do it all over again until the game goes the way of Dr. Mario World. I guys will be done with it, you know? Focus on their games on the uploads, you know? I already made a poll about it back when Autumn Tour reran. I'm like, wait a minute, I just found out they're doing all the old tours again. This is a waste of time. Do you guys want me to keep doing this? And then people voted yes, keep going. With someone like being all sad, like I was, but don't quit, I like watching your Mario Kart Tour videos. I'm like, I didn't want to disappoint, but honestly, it's getting to the point now where my uploads are inconsistent with it, and I'm tired of it. And it's taking up so much space on my laptop. I just want to be done with it. I want to move on. You know? I think it might just be time. I think I'm going to upload what I have. I'm going to record up until Anniversary Tour 2024. I missed it. And then I think I'm just going to be done with Mario Kart Tour because it's just going to be repeats from there. And I'm just burnt out on it. I just want to be done. I would love to do other videos besides Mario Kart Tour for non-live stuff. Like, I like advertisement, a pinned video is the Mario Maker 2 video. I planned to do more of that, but then I never did. And then Mario Kart Tour stole all the space on my laptop, and after clearing all that out, so like, it's been rough. I just want to be done. So I'm thinking that in a couple months when the anniversary tour hits, I'll stop playing, upload what I have, and then that'd be that. You know? I think it's time to call it quits on Mario Kart. I'm just burnt out and they need the space back. I know it might disappoint people, but like, I'm still gonna be uploading Mario Kart Tour for months yet because of how much footage I have of it. So it's not like it's going anywhere for a while. And if I'm still inconsistent with uploads, it's gonna be around for a long while, you know? Just even for the gears, so a second. We started for no reason. Like, man, I need to be done with it, you know? I'm getting burnt out on it. I'm probably gonna address it in a community note. Post. Bring that up, and I'm just gonna stay tough. Like, I know you guys voted to keep it going until the service shut down, but like, I can't do that. I can't keep that up. Not just because like of burnout, but because I'm like, I can't keep the schedule consistent, and I want to do other things, and I just have to move on. Like, nothing new's coming from it. So I just gotta like find a spot and just put the game down and be done with it. I don't want to play Mario Kart Tour anymore. I want to be finished with it. So, yeah. Is that so bad? I don't think so. I want to do other things on the non-streaming game, you know? Have my two weekly streams, and then maybe do like another video every week, you know? There's just so much Mario Kart Tour stuff I gotta finish up first. I might just make it official. Just say, yeah, I'm done with it. I think this is where I missed the gear, by the way. Straight down here. I went right past it. Streamer autopilot. Not to mention being flushed for the power outage. It's always fun. So yeah. Things will be a-changing on this channel fairly soon, I suppose. For those of you who like Mario Kart Tour, again, it's not going to be going anywhere for me. I have so much footage still stocked up even when Anniversary Tour happens in September. I probably will still have, like, 4 or 5 tours still have to upload. So, I might have enough to last me to the end of the year. So, you know, like Mario Kart Tour, you guys are still gonna have it for a while. It's just that I gotta sunset it, you know? It's that time. I gotta stop playing it. They're not adding anything new anymore. And anything new, it's just repeating itself, and I'm getting sick of it. So, I just gotta know when to pull up points. I know it might disappoint some people, but I think it's gotta happen. I just wanna move on. Yeah. It'd be nice to finally just let Mario Kart Tour go. And honestly, since it's already since it repeated the last year of stuff, so realistically, it's already kind of sunsetting on its own. Like, how much longer would it even run for anyway? I know they just updated the game to fix bugs and whatnot, but they're not adding new content to it anymore. A large part of the videos on my channel are Mario Kart Tour stuff, and I want to be done with it. So yeah, I think it's fair to just kind of call it quits, you know? Oh no. Me restarting probably did something too, because it started basically screaming about encoding overloaded again. It got mad at me again. I didn't open Chrome or anything. Is it because I stopped streaming and then started streaming again technically? I actually did hit stop streaming when it happened. The power went out. It seems to have calmed down some now. Skip you, you don't matter. And everything's fine now. I think it's just the one fluke. Oh well. But yeah, that's gonna be it. And sorry about the interruption. And I was hoping to get through Onion Ocean, but Power said no. And I hope to God they fix that soon. I don't want it to keep happening. It's annoying. So next time on Kirby Dream Man Deluxe, assuming things go well, Stage 4, the boss, and hopefully we get all the way through Worlds 4 and 5. But you know, I can't guarantee that for sure. We might have to cut stream off early again because of power. You never know. That's gonna be it from me for today. I'll see you guys hopefully tomorrow. We'll have to see. I might just base it on if power's stable all day tomorrow. If it's not, then I might just not, you know? So yeah, it's gonna be it. See you guys tomorrow, hopefully.